this episode of Horse Shelter Heroes.
While I was at the Navajo Nation, Chandra was very busy. She got an amazing donation.
So I am headed up to Q1 to grab Matias. He got some outside time last week, but he's scheduled for a bandage change today.
So they just started actually breaking the building down, as you can see. It was great, it was awesome.
She's been following us for a while, excited about her coming, and hopefully all goes well and she makes a donation that can really help a lot of animals.
Everyone's phones are going off, buzzing with the emergency warning, getting everything wrapped up as quickly as we can and get our staff home so they can be safe.
You don't want to miss a single second of Horse Shelter Heroes.
Our new shelter manager, Chandra, is here. It's our very first official staff meeting, and we are excited to have her. So, congratulations
Thank
for
you.
being a part of the team. We're happy to have you. Anyway, so during staff meeting, we generally just talk about what's happening for the day.
I did want to let you all know that the trip to New Mexico and Arizona was hugely successful, and there were so many horses that were gelded on the reservation this year thanks to our grant program. You know, the lead veterinarian there, he told us, he's like, your program of the grant makes it possible to be putting a huge dent in the overpopulation problem on the reservation. So just super glad that we could help out with that. And the trailer worked perfect. So, and I know the vets really enjoyed spending time in there, and everybody else for that matter.
It's a very fancy trailer. I think when I said we had a trailer to donate to them, they weren't expecting something small, little. They didn't expect sleeps 11 people with a fireplace. Wow. Like, they were so incredibly grateful. So it was really neat taking it out there.
The over the hitch part is taller than me, and the living room is like 9 or 10 foot ceilings. So.
It's crazy. So they're very, very grateful.
While I was at the Navajo Nation, Chandra was very busy doing her first week of work with us, actually doing presentations in Oklahoma, but she got an amazing donation, and it's behind us, so I'm gonna let you talk about this.
Yeah, so while I was in Oklahoma, besides teaching large animal rescue with the Oklahoma Animal Control Association, gave us this wonderful donation of 7 beautiful runs for dogs and 7 panels to help our horses hearing. So this is just an amazing donation, and we want to give a big shout out and a thank you to the Moore Animal Shelter in Moore, Oklahoma. And thank you to Horse Plus for allowing me to go out and get this donation picked up.
We have a lot of projects going on this year, and I'm really excited that Chandra's here now to handle the day-to-day operations of the organization and make sure it's all running smoothly, as Angela and I are very busy planning all these different things. And part of the planning is the spay-neuter clinic, which will also be a small animal shelter as well. And that's gonna keep us very busy. So these panels will ultimately, the dog runs will go to the small animal clinic, and then there'll just be large animals at this facility and all the small animals will be at the small animal shelter. So exciting things happening here at Horse Plus.
So I am headed up to Q1 to grab Matias. He got some outside time last week, but he's scheduled for a bandage change today, so I'm gonna go catch him and bring him down to the hospital. So this is Matias. He's down for a bandage change. Unfortunately, we only have one giant stall in our hospital, and Jolene and baby Dolly were more critical medically. So we put Matias in an area where he had indoor-outdoor access, and he was active enough that his bandage slipped, probably sometime yesterday. So that's unfortunate. His surgical wound got dirty, which we never like, but he's really good for hydrotherapy. We're gonna get it really well cleaned up today and then evaluate what he needs. We do have a lot of much smaller stalls, but with a horse this size, we want them to have enough space to move around and lie down if they need to. So we had to make that choice, because if he had chosen to lie down in one of those smaller stalls, he wouldn't have been able to get back up. You're fine.
Are you good,
Yes,
Caitlin?
anger.
Oh. He's only a baby in a big body.
So you can see how much better looking the tissue under the bandage is than the tissue above. Easiest way to tell between normal discharge that granulation tissue makes and infection is smell. But doesn't smell great, but doesn't smell like rotting disgustingness. Hydrotherapy is just basically running water over. Sometimes we do it with cold water to reduce swelling. This is kind of tepid water. Used to teach high school science. Dilution is the solution to pollution, right? So we're using water to reduce bacterial presence in this wound and get it as clean as we can. In terms of his overall prognosis, it's excellent. Already relatively comfortable. He's sound on that leg, so he has a great prognosis for being rideable or having a job. He's only 10 to 11 years old. I'm very optimistic about his prognosis and adaptability.
Zaracil. So essential skincare for horses ointment. So we're gonna put that on it to help moisture it back.
I think that was donated.
Yeah, I think it was. So we've been using it a lot and it works great. So thank you for donating.
Dr. Gina and I just finished doing some hydrotherapy and scrubbing and rewrapping Matias's leg. He did great, and we're keeping him in the hospital for the next couple days to keep a close eye on him.
We have a litter of puppies. They are Husky and Labrador mixes. These two we don't know. Right now we are weighing them and we are microchipping them so we can get them to High Forest.
Me and Thomas got these 5 adorable puppies microchipped, and we got their weight, and we are keeping our fingers crossed at High Forest, and we'll be able to take them so that they can go to adoption events at like PetSmart and places like that. They have a really high rate of success on getting puppies adopted, so we are super excited and hopeful.
So they told me that I have to drive myself to the block building, which was supposed to be the small animal shelter, and now it's going to be poof, demolished. But we're gonna have a new one there. Thanks to the Bob Barker's gracious donation, we're able to put a new building there, and we're gonna use it to save more small animals and help them more. So I have to go there with the help of Justin to record everything I need.
We work with Cane Creek Contracting, and Horse Bless has contracted us to take this building down, start with the roof, and then take down the walls with it.
See, it was great. It was awesome. This week, hopefully we can see more demolition so that you guys can watch even more.
So me and Emily have pulled out Saoirse, who is a level 1, and Sonnet, who is a level 2. We're gonna do some exercise riding on them today. They are still a little bit on the skinny side, so we're not gonna ride very long. Just long enough to kind of give them a little bit of a tune-up and a little bit of exercise. That way they're building their weight and their muscle. Both of these girls are very, very good girls. Saoirse is actually half blind, but she would never know it. She's very well acclimated to being half blind, and you'd never know under saddle that she doesn't have 2 eyes. So we're gonna get them all saddled up and groomed out, and then we're gonna go for a ride. Yeah, this is a kip rope horse because it doesn't move. Good girl, there you go. ride. Got one speed. Bless her. So me and Emily went for a little ride, and I say little because we didn't get very far before old Saoirse decided that she didn't want to today. And I don't blame her. She's a level 1, which means she's beginner kid broke, which also means that a beginner kid can ride her. She doesn't have much go. She's very much slow and steady, typical old woman. I think she would be, I'm not a horse trainer, but I think she would be great for a little kid to lunge lead on, or even ride. But she's very slow and steady. So if that's what you're looking for, please apply to adopt her. Other than the riding part, she's the sweetest horse on the property, and we love her very much and would love for her to go to a good home.
I rode Sonnet today. She did really well. She is a level 2. She very much wanted to stay with Saoirse towards the end, so she would be good, like, if you wanted to do trails with her. She can do anything you ask her to. It's just whether or not she chooses to.
So I've been working diligently on the education center. The deadline is in about 2 weeks. Probably not gonna happen. We'll see. We do have a backup plan for the workshop if it's not done by then or done enough. But I'm gonna get as much done as I can. This is a big project, and every day, just putting everything in I can. And right now I'm just hanging the ceiling joists, and then the electrical's gotta get ran. Then we gotta have the rough inspection on the electrical. Then the drywall can go up, and at that point, I think we could sneak people in here and have a conference, but we'll have to see. So hoping, keep fingers crossed and muscles going.
We are asked to help hundreds of animals every single year. We cannot do that without your support. Being on the front lines of animal rescue, we see things that break our hearts. It's through donations that we're able to say yes to not only horses, but dogs and cats as well. Every animal deserves a second chance. At Horse Plus Humane Society, the plus in our name is for every other animal besides horses that needs help. And we help thousands and thousands of animals, but we can only do that through support from people just like yourself, donating to help us help the helpless. If we don't have support, we cannot save these animals. Please make a donation right now and be the difference for an animal in need.
We have a visitor coming, and we know she's going to be making a donation, so we're going to be giving her a tour, and she's been following us for a while, and excited about her coming, and hopefully all goes well and she makes a donation that can really help a lot of animals. We're going to take our visitor around and give her a tour of different places of the facility. We want her to see our education center that's being built, and Jason is working very hard on this. We have the education center we're showing her. We're also going to be showing her our intake barn. We've got some really cute goats right now, and we're going to show her our training facility, and Corey's going to be working with some horses so she can see training and what that looks like. We get a lot of horses here at our facility that come in with no training, and so Corey spends a lot of time in the round pen, and it's great that she's able to see everything just happening in action, and none of this is like staged for her. Like, this is just Horse Plus as Horse Plus happens. So after the training barn, we're going to go over to the vet hospital and see what they're doing in there. She told me she would love to see a draft horse, and Dr. Lydia actually has a bunch of draft horses on the schedule for treatment. So we're going to be going into the treatment room, and she'll actually get to spend some time with some of our draft horses as they're receiving their morning treatments. I have let Dr. Lydia know it's fine to talk about the needs that we have at our facility, as far as like we need a surgery table, and we also really need an ultrasound machine. This amazing lady, she just told us such unbelievable news. She is donating enough to rescue 20 horses from the next buyout, and in addition, she's going to put up a $10,000 match for us to get an ultrasound machine, and the veterinarians have been wanting that for so long, and it's happening. It's happening now. So we are so incredibly grateful. Angela's gonna finish the tour with her because Chandra and I have a meeting that we have to be in next, but I'm just so grateful. I am really, really excited that this donor visit went so well and that she's made a significant donation to our buyout program to help, like 20 horses, so $10,000 as a donation and then a $10,000 matching for the buyout, which is fantastic, just amazing. And then we also have a $10,000 matching donation for an ultrasound machine. And maybe if we fundraise right and we look for some amazing discounts, maybe we can get more than just an ultrasound machine. We'll have to see, but I couldn't be happier about this visit, and I'm so grateful for support. We couldn't do this without amazing people just like you watching us, helping us do what we do.
So we found out today that we had a donor fund a new ultrasound for us. Dr. Gina and I are over the moon. We were gifted a much older ultrasound by a colleague, which has been incredibly great to have, but the current model that we have is very, very limited. We can basically only use it for pregnancy checking, and even for doing that, with the ability to get a newer ultrasound, we're gonna expand our capacity for care tremendously. We love our x-ray equipment. We use it almost daily, but x-rays are good for evaluating bones only. And the ultrasound is going to expand our capacity for soft tissue diagnostics. So we're thrilled to have this. Everything we do as veterinarians is evidence-based, just like human doctors who care for you. And our job is to take that objective data that we get from our diagnostic equipment and make the best course of treatment for our patients, whether that's quality of life or determining if they need surgery or what their prognosis is. So having this piece of equipment is going to improve our ability to do that quickly on site in the moment, and we can't wait to put it to use.
So we have an adopter coming out today to look at Bear, one of our sweet little black puppies, and so let's see how it goes.
All right, so here's his packet, and it just has for his microchip, and it also has his medical history since he's been here.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, Bear.
Yay! You've been adopted! Like me! I was adopted too!
I heard about the Plus Humane Society from my mom, Becky. She is involved with a lot of the stuff in the community. I decided to adopt out Bear today, a little boy. And my experience here was great, and I will definitely come back. Everybody was so friendly.
Yeah, so pretty much we wanted to start doing a couple garden beds this year, and all the co-ops around us didn't get any compost in, so one of my good friends that works here at Horse Plus, he offered to give us all this compost and kind of saved our day for this spring, because without all this, we wouldn't really be able to do our garden, so it really helps a lot, so we're really thankful to Horse Plus.
I'm loading up and heading to High Forest here in Hohenwald. They're taking 4 of our dogs for transfer so they can get them adopted out for us.
Dr. Gina and I had a super busy morning. We did a ton of small animal spays, and we are now loading up and heading up to quarantine to hopefully get 2 equine castrations done. One of them is a possible cryptorchid, which means one of the testicles may be retained in the abdomen. We're also turning Matias out. Matias was the giant draft horse gelding that came in who had surgery on his leg Monday before last. He's doing great. Today was his last day of antibiotics, so he gets to go out. And Dora, our other gigantic draft horse mare that had the tracheostomy, today is her last day of antibiotics. She's also doing fantastic, so she's also gonna get turned out in the big 10-acre pasture. Hi, sir. This giant handsome boy is Matias. He came in with a giant wound on his right front leg, and you can see it's bleeding a little bit today. We did surgery on it the Monday before last. We were able to surgically debride any excessive granulation tissue, and he's doing incredibly well in healing. He just finished his last day of antibiotics. So we are employing sunshine and exercise with hydrotherapy and other topicals to manage this wound. He's very, very sweet and easy to catch. So we're gonna turn him out in our big 10-acre pasture and then just catch him to do his wound treatments, but he doesn't have to stay up in a stall anymore. So I'm excited for him. He's only 10 years old. He really wants to have buddies. So he's gonna get to go out and get turned out in a field with mostly cute little fillies. You can go make some new friends, okay? Have fun. This is Jay. He had to have both of his eyes removed. They were very infected and painful. And he's doing fantastic. He had a huge abscess in the front of his face, and his face was really swollen, and he's just the sweetest horse. And man, you almost can't tell he's blind. He walks around so confidently.
So we got Spanky in here. He's about to be castrated. We're gonna go ahead and give him his pre-meds and then walk him around the corner into the back pen. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop him over there and get his castration taken care of. His testicles are small, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh yeah, look, there we go. 1 and 2. Patient is very stable. We did find 2 testicles. One of them is very small, but we did find them, and I'm very confident that Dr. Gina is gonna be able to castrate him successfully, so that's awesome.
I'm about to tell the vet something, but it looks like right now they're doing something technical under that horse. And I'm gonna wait to tell them until they're at a spot where they can listen, because they seem both very intense right now in what's happening.
Spanky's castration was abnormal, but it went well. When we incised for the first testicle to be removed, we both noticed that there was something not quite right, and we think he had a body wall hernia, and so he had herniated loops of intestine out, and so Dr. Lydia jumped in with her expert skills and closed up his body wall for him, and we just did the top one to be super safe.
It's amazing to have 2 vets here because Dr. Gina's being modest. She continued to castrate the horse on the other side so I could look at the one side. So we're really spoiled to be able to work with each other. We were worried that he was a cryptorchid. We could barely palpate testicles. And so thankfully we were able to successfully get both testicles out, and his prognosis is excellent.
I wanted to pull you aside and let you know that there is a girl from the reservation gonna come out here hopefully next week. They're booking her tickets. She wants to be a veterinarian that goes back to her people to treat animals there.
Incredible.
So she's 18. She's super excited to learn whatever she can from you all. So she'll be here for probably at least a month, 2, maybe longer. So you'll have a vet in training to come hang out with you all. So
What's her name?
Haley.
Haley. We can't wait to meet you, Haley.
Yeah. Yep. So Haley will be here, and I've seen her working. She's a very hard worker.
Fantastic.
Yep,
Good.
so
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We can't wait to happen.
All right. So we just got done with Windrunner. We're waiting for him to wake up, for him to fully recover. His surgery went very well. It was very straightforward. He had 2 prominent testicles, and they both came off easy.
This is Spanky. He's up from his castration.
So there's just tornado warning issued for our area. That means a tornado has been spotted. It is on the ground, and it looks like it is pretty close to us. So we're gonna make sure these kids have water. We're gonna head down. We're gonna try to figure out what's going on. Typically, when we have these tornado warnings, people go home. The tornado warning was issued for Loboville and Linden. So it's off that way right now, but the wind is blowing it towards us. So yeah, fun stuff living in Tennessee.
Everyone's phones are going off, buzzing with the emergency warning. There is a tornado touching down. I think it's touched down twice, not very far from here. The weather is showing that one of the most severe storms that has ever hit Hohenwald in a very long time is going to be here at 6 o'clock. So we're going to be shutting everything down, getting everything wrapped up as quickly as we can, and get our staff home so they can be safe. Tornado season is not fun. So yeah, we've got to get everything wrapped up.
Okay, so I am shutting down my computer because apparently there is a storm coming. Actually, worse than a storm, probably tornado. So I don't know if there was a tornado warning, but I heard that there was a tornado warning. So I'm like, what am I supposed to? Wait, that locks it. That doesn't actually shut it down.
Oh, it shut it down. Okay.
I tried. Bye.
Woohoo!
At Horse Plus Humane Society, our goal and mission is to save as many horses as possible out of the slaughter pipeline. Through our buyout program, we are intercepting horses before they even get to the auction. Our goal is to rescue as many horses as we can, bringing them to our organization and letting our expert veterinarians evaluate them to determine what each horse needs as an individual. We help as many as we can, even if they need the last act of kindness, because we believe that every horse is deserving of kindness and medical care and treatment. When horses come here to Horse Plus Humane Society, we're able to tell their stories and transform their lives. But none of it would be possible without support from people just like yourself. So please make a donation right now. The horses are counting on us, and we are counting on you.
There was a lot of significant tornado activity here in Tennessee last night. Thankfully, the shelter is fine. The storms are gone, but we know of at least one property where a barn collapsed on horses. Their horse trailers flipped over. We're going to drive up and try to assist in any way we can. We have not been able to get a hold of them. In situations like this, the cell service can be down. While I'm thinking about it, we need the satellite phone. If you want to ask the media team for the satellite phone. That way if everything goes down, we can still call. There's just a lot going on with animals here. We had to leave early because of the tornado warning that was here in effect, but we're ready to hit the ground running and hopefully help as many people and animals as we can. Unfortunately, there has been lives lost in this tornado they're finding already, and we're gonna do all we can to assist the community right next to us. This tornado, it could have just as easily come through here. Tornadoes are something that you never know where they're gonna be, where they're gonna drop down. But thankfully our facility is fine and we're able to go out and help others, and it's gonna be rough, I fear.
We are getting everything ready right now to go ahead and do a rescue mission. We're going to head over to Columbia, where the tornadoes seem to hit the worst, and we're going to see if we can assist with any horses. Specifically last night, a barn did collapse on top of a couple horses. I believe they got the horses out, but we're going to go and see if we can help get everything ready so that their horses can be safe there and not have to have them worry about them getting out of their pasture or anything like that.
Dawn was able to get the owner of the property where all these horses are, where the tornado came through. There's 23 horses. It looks like we're gonna be moving them to a safe location. There is no hay. All their hay was taken away. Like everything that they had, basically, their trailers flipped over on the side. It's really, really horrific. But as soon as we get this trailer loaded up with a bunch of hay, we will be en route to go help. And when we're up there, we'll probably find more animals to help as well. But we know for sure we're helping 23 horses.
So we got everything loaded now. There are 23 horses in Columbia that need help, and we're gonna go get them help. So we're getting really close to where the tornado did the most damage. and it's pretty bad. We're about to see a lot of it right now. There was some drone footage I saw on Facebook where houses were just completely ripped off their foundations. There was debris everywhere. So the situation is going to be, I know that there's horses that need hay, so we're going to get the hay offloaded, get the horses fed, and then we're going to figure out a game plan to get all the horses to another location.
We just got here. The ground is way too muddy to bring a truck and trailer in here. So we're going to be making trips with the Jeep back and forth and then leading the horses that can walk out here. There's a 3-legged horse injured. We'll have to assess the situation of how to get that horse out, but we cannot bring the 24-foot trailer back here. We are going to be moving these horses to a safer location. This is really a heartbreaking thing to see. This is a stable that a tornado came through. Their beautiful trailer is tipped over on its side. We're going to be getting these horses moved to a safe place where they can get care. One horse is injured. Everyone else seems like they were able to walk, so we want to get these guys moved and get them help. We've got 3 horses loaded, so that is great, but I think there's between 18 and 23 horses.
So we got 7 horses on the trailer. They're pretty large horses. I think this is all we're going to do for right now. We're going to go ahead and bring these guys down the road. I think it's about 10 miles down the road. We're going to drop them off, and we're going to come back and load some more up. So we got 7 horses here. It looks like they're enjoying this pasture. There's plenty of grass out there for them. We're gonna head back and grab another load. We're gonna try to get the rest of the horses loaded up, and we're gonna take a couple to the vet, or there's another trailer coming to take the horses to the vet.
Here's my mare, Khaleesi. I don't even know how they are okay, but they are. Her and baby are both. They're both fine. Hi, baby. We're gonna work on getting you out, sweetheart.
She's gonna take us to show us where the horse was stuck in the barn with its baby last night. This whole barn is just destroyed. There's about 30 round bales of hay that is just ripped apart. Their horse trailer was like 70 feet away from where it is now. It's amazing that there's so many horses that seem perfectly fine.
See where that horse blanket is?
Yeah.
That's where the mom and baby were.
Wow.
On this side, not on the other side. I think there were like 6 or 8 guys holding up the back wall because they had to pull all that debris out of there so we could get them out through there. And they were here. And she was so calm, I had somebody get me a bucket of grain. She just stood there eating. And they're both great. Khaleesi had a little tiny cut above her eye. And Kismet had a little tiny, like a scrape on her hip. That was it. Everything that happened here, as far as our stock, was a miracle. That nobody was really seriously or killed or seriously hurt. And Judy and Jay's house is fine, but our hay barn is gone. We had like 30 rolls of hay in there. It's gone. This is all gone. Fencing is all down. That's why everybody's going off the farm. We had to find places for everybody. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Our horses are okay. We're gonna be okay. I am Nancy Haynes. I'm the barn manager here at Spirit Horse Stables. The tornado came through here. I don't even know what time. It wiped out our barn, our hay barn. It destroyed our property everywhere. Fencing is down everywhere. The house is okay. Judy and Jay are okay. All of our animals are okay. We cannot thank Horse Plus enough, Humane Society, for coming in today and helping us out, get horses transported. They're bringing in hay. We've got volunteers everywhere, and we can never thank everybody enough for all of their help and support.
It's amazing standing here amongst this wreckage, knowing that a mama and baby horse were just protected. I believe that God's hands and arms were around these two horses that were in here, and you can't be in horse rescue and not believe in God, and because we see his miracles. The fact that, you know, there was a horse trailer that blew like 100 feet, their hay barn is completely gone, and everything is just shredded, and that there's no horses lost their life, no animals lost their life, is incredible. I truly believe, like the Bible verse, it says that not one sparrow falls without God noticing, and a mom and a baby can be in a barn with a tornado just shredding it to pieces, and they're safe, and just a little scratch and that's it. And that's why I believe in God and miracles. So one person showed up, actually is very connected to the Big Lick. He said, look, we can put our difference aside. We're all here to help right now, and this could be the last year Big Lick horses are shown in stacks and chains, and they can be shown for their natural abilities. And that's amazing. So I was just talking with her because the person works for a department here assessing property, but he's also very connected to the Big Lick. And I told him, I'm like, look, let's not put, put our differences aside right now. We're all here trying to help, because he recognized me since we protest. It was almost like instantly he was like trying to get your support for the celebration.
And I didn't understand that.
I was really just blown away that they would come here and try to be pushing the celebration of the Tennessee walking horses being shown with the Big Lick right from the get-go. Not like, I'm so sorry this happened to you, this is horrible.
Right. More like you're going to support us.
And it was shocking, but I just had to clarify it with her, because I'm like, I don't know, maybe she supports the Big Lick and all this stuff, and I was like, hey, I don't know where you're at on this topic, but I was curious about what he was trying to drum up support for the celebration, the Big Lick horses, while all this is happening. It was bizarre to watch.
I don't support the Big Lick at all. I hate what they do to those horses.
Yeah. So
nothing wrong with those horses. They're gorgeous.
If there's a statement that comes out that they came out and helped with this, and that they have her support for the celebration, it's been clarified. They don't have her support.
No.
When we're on the front lines of disasters, a satellite phone is vital. Cell towers get ripped down, and we're able to reach out and call because we have this amazing satellite phone that is donated to our organization. I'm going to make a call to the shelter to let them know that we're wrapping up here and we're going to be heading back. Hey, it's Tawny. I'm calling with the satellite phone. We've gotten the horses moved from this terrible tornado. You too can also have a satellite phone. In the link of this video, there is information on how you can purchase a satellite phone, and the proceeds will go to help rescue horses. So definitely get your satellite phone. So if you're in a disaster, you can still communicate and get help. Please head over to sat123/horse plus to get your satellite phone.
All right, so we got a couple that we need to bring to the vet, and we have a few more that we have to drop off at the property that we were at earlier. We're gonna go ahead and drop the few off at the property that need to go there, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the other couple of them to the vet.
There's nothing you can do until I see you smile just below those eyes that tell me you're okay. It's written on your face.
This has been quite the day, very busy. It's really nice that these horses have been reunited. They'll be staying here for a while. We don't know how long, but it's going to take a while for that stable to be built back up. There's a horse now that's going to be going to the vet, and then they're going to make another trip. So it's been a very big day doing all this. We're very happy to help. And I have to go back and take care of some other things, but we do have some hay being donated that we're bringing here to donate. There's a lot of hay where they're being, or pasture where they're being released right now, but they're going to be moved to another area. So the hay is definitely needed. So yeah, this has been quite the big thing to do, but we're very grateful that we're here helping on the front lines when people need us the most.
There is more, and I know that it's yours and mine.
So we're back and everything went pretty smoothly. It was pretty tiring this morning, just running around doing all that. I'm glad that we were able to get over there and help those people out, and keep an eye out for the GoFundMe link for them, because we want to try to help them get back on their feet as much as we can besides just moving their horses.
This is